Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hanferd Files. Today, I'm doing 4 creepy, scary, true, really happened stories. Let's get this show on the road. So sit back, pour yourself an old glass of old granddad, put your feet up, light yourself a delicious, delicious cigarette, and I hope you enjoy. So let's begin. This one is entitled The Man with the Video Cam. A few months ago, my brother entered a bus to travel home. He sat down near a teenage girl and a strange man with a video camera. Nothing happened for the first few minutes as the bus traveled to the bus stops. Then the man with the video cam moved closer to the girl. The girl noticed and moved to another seat, but the man again moved closer to her and didn't let her out of his sight. My brother noticed and told the bus driver. The bus driver didn't do anything, and the man started recording the girl. She started crying as no one helped, and the man laughed as he was filming her. My brother then sat down next to her and glared at the man. My brother was very tall, so I think he scared him. When the bus stopped, the girl got off. The man tried to get off, but my brother blocked his way. At the nearest bus stop, the man got off and started walking in the direction the girl was walking in. My brother said he saw her from far away, and the man was walking rapidly to her. My brother was sure the man was trying to catch up to the girl to stalk her and film her. But the last time my brother saw the man or the girl, my brother told me the story and asked, "What happened to the girl?" He replied, "I don't know." This one is entitled Guy Robbed My Innocence. This still haunts me to this day. I remember it pretty vividly and consider myself to have a bad memory. When I was 10, my mother needed to go to Walmart to grab some groceries. Being the hard-headed kid I was, I didn't want to go inside, so she let me stay in the car. I was reading a book and listening to music when all of a sudden an old beat-up tan car parks next to me. I looked over, and it's some guy in his 50s. The guy then opens his car door, and he's completely naked except for a trench coat. I freak out and lock the doors. He begins to masturbate profusely while staring at me, and I just avoid eye contact. This goes on for about 10 minutes until he finishes and leaves. My mom comes back about 20 minutes later. I tell her what happened. She is pissed and flags the security officer. But she didn't know English, so I don't think it got through. My mom never left me alone in the car again until I was in my teens, when I would just stay home. I also never found out any information about him. Guy who robbed my innocence. Thy name is Hanferd. This one is entitled The Worst Waiter. On Monday, my high school band of nearly 300 people traveled 4 hours to go to the state marching band competition. because we have so many people stopping for lunch was quite the fiasco. It took everyone about 2 hours to get our food, although the servers were doing their best, most of them anyways. After about 30 minutes of waiting in line, I sat down with 5 of my friends, one of which, Sally, had to pull up a chair to our booth and sit at the head of the table. This left her with her back to the rest of the restaurant and somewhat exposed. However, she didn't mind. She joked that she felt important, sitting in front of us, a queen amongst peasants. After we sat down, I collected everyone's trays as to make more room at the table. I was going to return them when our waiter stopped me. He was a middle-aged, overweight, awkward, but polite-seeming man.
Can I get those trays for you, ladies?
He asked. I noticed that he never stopped grinning while he was speaking to us. Not a fake waiter smile. It was unsettling. Still, I handed over the trays and thanked him.
Of course,
the waiter said, and stood staring. He lingered a little too long, and then left. Still grinning, I sat back down, shared an uncomfortable smirk with my friends, and tried to eat my less than appetizing food. Every few minutes for a few full 3 hours, the waiter would return. Sometimes he asked us if we needed anything. Other times, he'd just smile and stare. We were polite, but we felt very, very awkward. At one point, he came over to us and whimpered,
It's so crowded here. I wish it was just y'all.
and promptly dropped the plates of food he was carrying. We were ready to sneak off to the buses just to avoid him. After cleaning up his mess, he went back to the kitchen area, much to our dismay. He soon returned with a pitcher of water. Now, this restaurant had a soda machine that you could go and get your own refill at any time. I silently wondered why he brought us water when we could have gotten it ourselves. With 290 other people to worry about, this was far past the point of chivalry.
Need any refills?
He asked. I already filling up our cups.
Actually,
Sally exclaimed. The waiter had suddenly jerked the pitcher of water towards Sally, knocking over a cup and pouring it all over her lap.
Oh no,
He said with that creepy smile.
let me get that for you.
He tried to wipe the water off Sally's lap, so she leaped out of her seat and ran to the bathroom. The rest of us just sat in the shock. The waiter had an awkward chuckle and then left us, this time for good. Our next creepy story, and the last one for this recording, is Do It For Your Brother. Sorry, I'm typing on my phone and have big fingers, so sorry for any typos. This happened last year and have been mentally scarred and taken therapy and now feel like I can share me and my brother's story. I now live in Fulford, and this is something that has changed me completely. I was in year 10 at the time, and I was in history, the first period. My older brother had PE first and had a shaky history. He was caught for underage drinking and was caught shoplifting and has been in shady groups. He is trying to straighten out his life and does go to a party every now and then. He warmed up for PE alone in the gym and collapsed. He went into cardiac arrest, and the nurse and the teachers did the process of SIPR as he stopped breathing. He is all right now, but was in the hospital for a week with no memory of what happened until after. He was very sporty, and it was very unusual. I found out the night before he had been with a few mates and had a heated argument. He then thought it was over, and they were buds when the guy offered him a drink of water with powder. The guy said it was ginger fizz, so he smelled it to find the scent of ginger and drank it. He felt drunk and had that feeling of having had way too much alcohol, and then he was beyond drunk. I was thought to be a tough cookie and confronted the guy of drugging my brother. This man was muscular and was twice my size, despite him being only a year older, and I was too overcome by anger to be scared of him. He took it badly and started swearing at me, and then turned into a row over me being racist. This guy was a dark black, and I stormed off. He then threatened me and harassed me for 2 months. My brother had recovered and had left the gang, and had no knowledge of what was happening. I continued to get messages from him, and eventually got help after 4 months. Now, we skipped to 6 months. He was off the radar and long forgotten. Then one night I had the feeling of being watched. I looked around to find the guy outside my window with a creepy smile and duct tape in one hand, a butcher knife in the other. I creeped the fuck out and sprinted to the back door and made sure it was locked, and did the same thing for the front door. I was home alone and heard him saying,
Do us all a favor and leave. Do it for your brother.
I called 999, and he was arrested for trespassing and harassment. I had the screen capped the messages. So creepy guy who drugged my brother and tried to kill me, you're now in the Hanferd files. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this creepy story from the Hanferd files. A lot of these stories are just so creepy. No, I just get scared, and I even got chills. So, for the time being, I hope you guys have a safe night, have a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Just remember, no matter what happens on the internet, crazier things are happening on the internet. See ya.